NIP versus Vitality. I can't wait for this. I think this is going to be really exciting. A nice test of the temperature of both teams right here. We're on Inferno with NIP on the CT side, Vitality on the T side. All right, dodging the early nade. But there is still a couple of people up there. A lot of utility on the CT side for a pistol round.
Yeah, it really is. Can do a lot of different delay tactics. Especially with 2 smokes towards that B bomb site. Perhaps not wanting to deal with any kind of a set piece over there. Waiting for any kind of sound cue that's not coming. Rez has an early angle towards brackets, towards top mid. NIP just patiently waiting.
So much waiting. A little bit of movement is just T's crouching around in the hallway. But the silence might be broken by just a couple of nades here. Early smoke, setting up for the Molotov. Going to be trying to see if they can block that back pit. And already through, it's a quick trade. Spinks for Hampus, and we're in a 4-on-4 already. 50 seconds here, but Hashtag, they don't know. He's inside of the smoke, and he comes sneaking out, executing one of them, nearly getting the follow-up, but ZywOo got the pistol out in time. And that might be the crucial kill here.
It's a cool kill for Hashtag, but so hard to know what's coming up afterwards. ZywOo with an initial shot, and there's Dupree pouncing up over the top.
Speaking of which, 5 deagles across the board for Vitality, so perhaps inspired. They want to see if they could do a little bit. Apex running away for the grenades, catch him.
Oh no. Oh, Hashtag caught out in the open. Molotov, that's not going to stop anyone. Hampus has to get out of there. Actually, excuse me, they do turn around, but another stunning deagle. What is happening in this game so far? Deagles are going to work, and Rez is all alone with 3 players encroaching on his position.
I can't believe Dupree got that shot. That looked like there was nothing to see at all. Rez up close, and this might be the way to stop it. Well, let's go. 2 to 3. Close affair early on. 6th round is coming up, and Hashtag wants to be a little bit aggressive once again with the AWP. Not too much. Could be very tricky on the CT side, but we were praising him for that early on overpass.
I was going to say, we set this one up. This was kind of one of our things to watch out for on Inferno is the play from Hashtag with the AWP, especially after we saw some great performances on overpass in their previous match. Going to get it out early, and he's going to rotate over towards Car. Spam of the M4 might lure Vitality into a peek into the scope of the AWP, but not quite yet. Still a deep smoke, but that allows Brolin to rotate over and bolster the defense at the A site with 4 players.
Still plenty of time on the clock right now. But yeah, this lean towards the A bomb site is going to be a big problem for Vitality if they can't find a really clean entry. They're back to check. You can see Magus is just saying, well, you know, we don't know anything about what's happening over here. At the very minimum, we should put some pressure on it. But Hashtag is here. He misses the flick, and now they have a lot of options on the Vitality side. They don't even have to run for it. They still have 40 seconds. They could slow it down, but they're going to go.
When you see an op in that position, you have to imagine that's the only player pushed up. Now, they have slowed this down enough to allow Brolin to get here in time.
And they left Dupree on the other side, so let's just see. He might get a kill on anyone rotating. Brolin's going to be going down. Oh, nice trade for Apex. That's the crucial kill that they needed. Now, at least it's going to be a bomb plant. And you could tell Rez is still not sure. If he runs out of this one, Dupree's going to be catching him, and they've already called a retreat, but Dupree's position is still great.
He might catch Plopsky. Oh, Rez jumps, and now Plopsky's got a tough affair, tough decision to make. Good dink, and Dupree's got to give away the fight.
Yeah, but they still got Plopsky boxed in, so gonna come back and take a look here. Apex actually caught now. It's a little bit awkward. I guess theoretically, if he was feeling crazy, he could try and run for it, but
yeah, that ain't happening. I felt the same thing though after that kill. I thought I saw him consider it a little bit on the screen.
Not this time. Still, that's a good job. Especially, I guess, with the call, you could almost tell they weren't quite straight rushing to be a bomb site. They were still aware that maybe someone's here a little bit quicker than we want.
But then Hampus picks up the dualies, so all is right in the world.
Yeah, that's what's going to bring them back. We've seen a lot of dualie action at the end of the last season, so maybe you're right. And it is Hampus, so put anything past him. But yeah, missing that AWP shot, really small thing, but the consequence is absolutely huge for NIP. Tied up the scoreline, and they're starting to make their way up the middle. USP on this side, and maybe potentially with Rez on the other side with just a P250, it's not a lot to try and stop anything with. Popsky, though, is going to find the kill and make it. That's interesting. Someone else has to go back and pick up the bomb now, so the minimum will slow down the Vitality attack that's kind of already wrapping around the A-bomb side.
Rez now starting to make his move. He heard noise in middle.
If he finds ZywOo, it's really awkward. Again, the bomb's kind of split right there, so yeah. Oh, ZywOo still got the shot off. The Vitality side is starting to become a little bit of a problem. Love some more bomb plants and love to stop NIP's economy from being this powerful, because that's going to be a problem down the road as well. So let's see if they're going to be able to use some of that insight from Sonic to maybe win a fight here on Banana. That's a classic way to win rounds on the T side of Inferno. Anyway, flashbang around the corner. It's so good at the floor. Doesn't even reload the M4, just picks up the AK. Wanted to keep going. If they would have come through, Brolan would have been ready.
Well, Zonika's right. Aggressive on Banana. Another opening kill for NIP's defense here at this part of the map. Maybe some follow-ups. Brolan's gonna spam through. Flashbang. Forces his turn in an uncomfortable fight. Plopsky is left alone. No smoke, no Molotov. He's got S-Tag rotating over with the EWP and a full set of utility as well.
Brolan's got to feel like he had that red, or he knew what was coming. You could see him trying to turn for it, but quite enough.
I think he was trying to fall back. He was like, they probably know I'm aggressive. Let me just slip back and force them to burn some time, burn some resources, clearing out close, and just kind of gets caught in transition.
It's going to be a huge nade if he lands the timing right. But don't hold it for too long, dupreeh. He's been able to get some great shots already in the earlier series, and today with the deal as well, so don't want to be testing his aim too much either. Hampus.
This makes me so nervous.
Yeah, it does. I'm not feeling good about this either. This is all right. He's very quick to react. Ooh. That is a monster grenade. Almost gets the kill. Follow-up on side was nearly enough, and now with the Molotov down as well, surely they're going to be out of time. 20 seconds. How do you get through this one? There is a third player about to be drawn over. Rez down in the pit, nearly caught with a nade in hand. That was very awkward, but now, yeah, with the damage already done, they're going to be able to clean it up. Stop. The kind of gesture you never want to see your in-game leader do.
No.
I don't know. Well, I mean, I feel like Sonic had the right read earlier, so that's... At least they have an idea, they have an understanding of what is the basic dynamic here for the NIP side.
Yeah, knowing is half the battle. As American cartoons have taught me.
A lot of wisdom in there. What was your favorite cartoon growing up?
Gargoyles.
I know what that is.
You know what that is.
Yeah, I was about to say something.
That cartoon was the...
Always a fan of James Bond Jr. myself. It's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous when I say it out loud, but it was great. Absolutely stupid, isn't it? I'll find you the song at one point.
Can't wait.
Still walking into the same four-man setup over at the A-bomb site, and that is the luxury. That's kind of half the reward for being aggressive on Banana to begin with, is that you can make the sacrifice. You just say, all right, fine, we'll have 4 people here. dupreeh back at it again, though. It's a great shot. Oh, and ZywOo's going to follow it up. Got to be a little bit careful. Don't lose S-Tag as well. He's going to stand his own ground, and with a follow-up from Bang and a headshot. This is great. But he is normally so confident. You want to see him play his way back into it. Like you said, it's been a rough start here on this map for the Vitality side. So maybe some of the chaos in the team is kind of getting to him in a different way than the rest of the team.
Also remember, this is like still very, very early on in his career. Like he really only blew up until his time in ENCE here in 2022. And all of a sudden now you're trying to find a way to have the same impact with a completely different team. A little bit of aggression at Banana early for NIP, but this time we're seeing the change. It's not passive at A the way we saw previously. It's S-Tag finding a pick deep down holes. Brolan is traded, and Plopsky can't continue the spray. Molotov is going to hold him back, which I think has to slow down this hit, because Hampus is going to arrive at the right moment.
Surely ZywOo can't really keep running in there with just this little health, so he has to wait for a little bit of backup at least to try and do it. Minute on the clock. Ooh, he gets one more headshot. That is a great shot from ZywOo. He was dead already in the first battle, but somehow he's still able to have an impact on the round. 2 versus 3, and dupreeh covering this. Rez is trying to see if he can win this fight. If he can't, then the round is definitely going the way of Vitality. And dupreeh, the timing is so good, but somehow Rez is just a little bit quicker. And now that low health on ZywOo is going to be a factor once again. That could be a big problem. No shot there. S-Tag trying to get the wall bang, but Apex, almost none of him showing, and he still gets the headshot. S-Tag now, 1 versus 2 with the Deagle, almost swapping it out there, baiting it out a little bit with the running, and oh, absolute chaos. He somehow wins the fight in spite of everything, but he should never be able to win this round. Maybe get ZywOo as he tries to run out, but yeah, a lot of chaos in this one. ZywOo able to clean it all up. Triple kill at the end.
Looked pretty strong. Like, they're going to have another solid buy here. They probably have another buy behind this.
Feels like if one... Oops. Apex being forced back. All right, that's a little bit awkward. Feels like in the previous round, if one nade goes through and just hits ZywOo as he tries to make a cross, then they might just lose the round almost no matter what, because he's just so low on health.
This aggression from Brolin has usually been a 1-for-1. Now he's got good positioning, but a timing hole spawn. S-Tag has no idea it's coming. Neither does Rez. Dropping down. There's the Rez. It's more than that, but he just can't. S-Tag goes into the reactive time. Isolates a 1v1, but trades come out, and Vitality found a really nice timing to pop out halls.
And finally, they don't have to fight 4 people here because, like you pointed out, they were so deep down Banana. Now, they would have had a really quick rotation if that A defense would have held a little bit longer, but obviously didn't, so they kind of back out already. And honestly, ZywOo's even ready for it. You see him throw that Molotov towards quad. He wants to make absolutely sure that there's no lightning fast rotation coming through. So, great stuff for Vitality. They really needed this round.
Spinks is on the board. He's got his first kill in the game.
Yeah, first one's the hardest, right? Keep it up. 7-5. And you mentioned it, the money. I mean, still pretty decent for the NIP side. They can probably make a buy out of the next round. But if they can win another round behind this one, Vitality, then we're in an interesting position again. For a new team, you know, sometimes the only way to know what the team feels like is actually play an official match.
Trial by fire.
Yeah, so that's what they're getting right now. They're getting a real feel for it. And maybe sometimes, you know, running up against a strong team and feeling like you're getting beat up a little bit can help to iron some things out.
Another change in the defense here. S-Tag's brought over to be early. 3 players, and they're all sticking around. They're trying to set up a trap. They're trying to allow Vitality to say, this time we're not going to apply pressure. We're going to give you car if you want it, because we want you to have it to set up this late trap. There's the flashbang to clear things out. Great nade from Hampus does a lot of chip damage to 3 players on Vitality.
Flash around the corner. He did see just the gun barrel going to be slowly chipping away and eventually taken down to 3, but they lose Brolin on the other side, so battle's not done. Magus is practically dead already, but it is a 4-on-4. A lot of damage from Vitality, though.
Brolin's really butting his head against a brick wall with this kind of push down Banana. This has not been nearly as successful as he would have liked, and at certain times it's been a liability. Here it causes a lot of chaos in the rotation over. S-Tag's got to play passive with the AWP. He's got the first kill as Apex walks right into it.
So he's out there ready and waiting, and he gets one more hit. And it's brought them into a position now, Vitality, where if nothing else, they have a great foundation to build on in the second half. 6 rounds already. This one might be a little bit easier given the weapons on the NIP side. So a lot is being accomplished. Great chance right now for the Vitality side to even up the scoreline, make it 7-7. Popsky. Oh, no. Oh, the Deagles are back! Absolutely brutal. Now, you are just waiting for another sound like that. You want to avoid it at all costs if you're Dupree. You don't want to be walking into another Deagle headshot here.
And you don't want to stub your toe for a 3rd time in this game. This would be the 3rd such round they lose in this fashion against mostly pistols. This time, all pistols.
They're taking a deep breath right now on the T side. On the other side, S-Tag is starting to push up. They're going to be in there with a quick flank. Let's see how fast Vitality can get. If they slow down, they're going to get shot in the back, and that would be a disaster as well. Popsky is still here, Eagle in hand, looking for his 3rd, and he nearly got right there. That is so much damage from one Deagle, and Rez snuck up, picks up a rifle, but never gets to use it. ZywOo's going to get the headshot on Proland. Oh, it might be slipping out of their hands right at the end. They worked so hard for it. But S-Tag versus 3, and he gets shut down by Dupree. 15th round now. ZywOo setting up with the AWP. pointed out earlier, Brolin's been having a little bit of a tough time. He's stayed aggressive. He's trying to put on the pressure. But he's been found every time. This time, Plopsky's in front, but they're going to be so careful. Something's on the other side. Oh, he actually gets the tag through the door. Oh, that's so silly.
I feel like ZywOo's got to be like the best operator taking Banana on the T side. He's had so many good big moments there.
Now the question is, with that kind of success over at Banana, still putting a lot of emphasis on the A defense. S-Tag's going to pick up one. Rez on a pretty good return there. At least it's a 3-on-3. But yeah, they'd kind of taken the hit to the B defense and just decided to put 3 people here initially. Maybe that's going to be paying off for Rez. The pressure is on already, and ZywOo's holding that one angle. Not necessarily a hard shot, but absolutely great.
The smoke gave away his position. The smoke he was trying to throw for mid, which I think he probably should have known they were already past brackets. That smoke was never really going to do anything except give away his position for ZywOo at a box in. Shadow shows that's an easy one for ZywOo. Man, hard carry mode for ZywOo in the opening half of Inferno. 18 kills on the offensive side.
Yeah, he is such a ridiculous beast, isn't he? New season, still doing all of the work, and that is a nice recovery for Vitality in the opening half. We'll see if they can continue. If ZywOo could be stopped in the second half, it's coming right up. Julies are out for ZywOo.
Staring down 2 barrels.
Yeah, just to make it worse.
Got 2 guns, 1 for the each of you.
I like that. Hold on. Dupree's still back there with a flashbang, so that was just a test to see if anyone was going to react. Now they're walking up close, but if they give away the sound cue, that flashbang could absolutely end NIP. There's a little bit of the flash, and it's just the 1 kill. Watching Dupree not even reload the gun back there, but I guess he had it all under control. It's all good.
Yeah, that's what he'd like you to believe.
It's like I've done the calculations. I don't really need more than 3 or 4 bullets, so it's all good. Silent boost up into the apartments. MP9's on the other side. I mean, against unarmored opponents, it should be...
yeah, it's going to chew these guys up, isn't it? Just
no
the one
problem.
P250 to speak of.
Don't even have the Deagle threat this time around, so... Unusual amount of Deagle rounds in that first half, gotta say.
Yeah, we'd even been talking earlier how it felt like the Deagles had kind of not, lost some of their style points.
And it's a little bit weird because the last change to the gun involved spamming it, right? So try and stop it from being just, super effective at close range for quick shooting. But it still feels like somehow that changed the overall feel of the gun beyond that. Roland still, he had a lot of aggressive rounds. He still hadn't really recovered from that. 6 kills, both him and Spink to the moment. So something to look forward to as well if they can start to pick it up on their own. I wonder if he's going to be playing the mirror position, which, yeah, seems like he is at the moment. Not uncommon. If you're playing on the CT side, might as well play on the T side and become an expert at everything down there. Only 1 MP9 into this round on Apex. But way more of a drawn-back kind of setup here for Vitality compared to what NIP were doing on the CT side. They were so aggressive on Banana, but Vitality happy to stick around inside of the B-bomb side.
Roland's got position at car. ZywOo's starting to rotate over as well. Seems like they're going to be more than happy to challenge, knowing there's going to be at least an SMG on the board. Roland looking for his fight still.
It's finding an opening, and Apex risking his life to try and get the jump across there. But the fact that they get the kill at Arch is obviously great news. Spinks is going to pick up 1 there. Roland nearly in position to trade it, but we're down to 30 seconds, and that smoke goes up at a really bad time for NIP. They're actually under a lot of pressure right here. They have a couple of nades themselves, but they have to be really careful. If they get slowed down maybe 1 more time, even by a flashbang at this point in time, they're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, and a great crossfire. Dupree's got 2 flashbangs. I don't even know if he'll use them. ZywOo has 1 inside the bomb site as well, but you're not breaking through this, not with 13 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, 1 mistake and it's done. First it is Rez getting shot at the back already. Bomb still there, but they just couldn't make it way through. 5 seconds and they have to plant. Not going to be possible. ZywOo able to pick up the last couple of their... Sonic is loving it. Looked a little bit stressed at earlier times, but it's going to give them a 4-round lead now. And even better, no bomb plant. And not enough money either for NIP to do much of anything in this round. Apex, a little bit of a wild jump to look over. I don't think Brolin saw anything there. Gun barrel right in his face. Hampa's gonna get some revenge though.
Yeah, Hampus is just like, all right, you're being crazy. It's really chaotic. I'm gonna take advantage of the reload. 1 for 1 in Banana. There's 2 smokes and a flashbang recovered for NIP. They've got some armor to work with as well, and now 3 deagles and an M4. Defense is split much like the last round, 2 at A, 2 at B.
Hampus is trying his best to keep up with ZywOo on the other side. 18 on Hampus, 23 on ZywOo, but other than that, they just cannot keep him down. Devastating knowing you're up against this kind of an opponent, knowing that every single round it's going to be a couple of kills for him.
Ooh, timing is everything. ZywOo's over by Library, looking for a little bit of an off angle, takes the shot, goes up next, and he can't get it done. Good shot from Rez.
It's good. It's the sound really tops it off, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Makes it a little bit more impressive. Somehow reminds me, oh, hold on, hold the phone. Apex wanted to continue the spray, but it's just a 1-for-1 headshot. Brolin quick to react on that one. A nade. A little bit of damage, actually a fair bit of damage on the Sphinx. That's not bad.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to take a step out of position to avoid most of the damage, but that's not the case. Smoke is cleared in mid, which means this setup is a bit risky. They do have Magus watching at the rap side corner. Ooh, ZywOo missed a quick shot. They don't get baited into Dupree's M4, and NIP is going to be happy to force back the danger, at least for now.
Rez trying to improvise a little bit of a spray. Can shoot through that window at various odd angles, but you got to remember there is a canopy out there that you're kind of shooting into. Rez backing off the middle, 50 seconds. Going to be joining up with the almost the rest of the team. Some aggression coming out from the CT side, and it's ZywOo around the corner. S-Tag asking for a bit of a boost. They do get a lot of damage on the ZywOo, but they're down sub 40 seconds, so they need to wake up their minds. There's 3 people defending this bomb site. It feels like Vitality have this one almost in the bag.
Yeah, that's a tag as well onto Rez from ZywOo at that half wall. They're going to get re-aggressive. Good time for it. Good flashbang. Sphinx with a double kills.
Hope is still on ZywOo, but money is starting to get a little bit low on that CT side, so something to maybe think about. S-Tag has his, and we saw some really cool shots coming out from him on Overpass, so I'd love to see some of that return. Don't know if I'd pick S-Tag his favorite of going up against ZywOo, but not a lot of players that I would, so.
Yeah, I was going to say there might only be one. Defensive smokes and Molotovs down at Car. Hampa's delayed from top banana control. Sphinx and Apex gonna move out. There's that challenge from ZywOo as well towards top mid. Hampus did find Apex through the smoke. That leaves Sphinx alone at sandbags and nowhere to go.
Sphinx making a strong stand up here. Big double for him. Sneaks out. They're ready for him. If he keeps going, he might run into the AWP, but somehow he just makes his way past. Getting the double is already great. That's already probably enough, but the fact that he manages to escape behind it is amazing.
He had 4 kills in the first half. He's now got 10 kills in the second half, and we ain't done yet. This is a phenomenal recovery of just 8 rounds of play, this being the 8th round of play so far in the second half.
Under 30 seconds. And they started to make their way to the B bomb site. They don't really want to go anywhere else, so might as well just try and run for it. 20 seconds on the clock here, and Sphinx, oh, a lot of pressure on him all of a sudden. Dupree's back here and almost jumped on by Plomsky. That would have been really awkward if he would have gone down. 10 seconds now, and a friendly flashbang set up by ZywOo. That's great communication, and nothing Rez could do about it. He kind of has to stay and watch that. That also means looking right into it. ZywOo able to pick up the last kill. NIP, they can't slow it down now. They need to keep fighting.
And here's that round. Remember, Vitality saved 3 rifles in the previous round. Dupree had enough money to drop another rifle over, and then Apex picks up an SMG. So they still have a very strong buy moving forward into this round. Money is completely gone at this point, and if you're NIP, you want a win, but not only do you want to win, you want to win where they actually have to contest, where they actually have to fight and retake and actually risk some of their weapons so that you can take everything away.
Same kind of setup here for Vitality with the 3 people over at the B-bomb side. They've been trying to go aggressive and find the right timing to flash somebody into a fight here. Bomb is far back on the T ramp, so we'll see. And actually, now that Hampers is so far pushed up, they can't really go for the pop flashes around the corner anymore. Throwing down an early smoke instead to try and slow anything down. And again, last time I think it was Dupree and Magus that were in the pit. They've switched that around a little bit at least.
Yeah, I think they pulled Dupree over to help cover up the fact that Apex only has an SMG. He can do his chaotic plays. He can be the one flashed for to get information at car if they want to in the mid rounds. But as you mentioned, leaves a pretty weakened defense over here. That's a nice nade to soften up the opposition, but all 5 members of NIP gonna be streaming up lane right now.
How do you even hold this back? I mean, the Molotov is a good start, but he probably needs a shot. Oh, no, he didn't put it out, and he's almost dead. ZywOo's gonna get the one and trade it immediately. I can just hang out and do all that work.
Just chilling. Welcome to the team, bro.
15-11. Yeah, it's really worth thinking about from an individual point of view. I mean, again, we've seen Spinks battle tested a lot on ends, so it's not like a complete shock, but being able to do it in another team, that doesn't always really happen the same way. And it can even take a long time for somebody to recover whatever was going on the sort of the initial team that you get your...
And we'll obviously see his comfort on like T-sides greatly improve the longer he's with Vitality. I think it's a little bit easier, I think, on the CT sides to be able to manage it within a new squad. T-sides are when you kind of sometimes get lost in terms of what you're supposed to be doing at what point. Good nade damage, good damage early onto Resin. NIP already on the back foot.
Yeah, they got to be careful. They almost did catch one of them turning the corner. That would have been interesting. They're really, really close again to the pit and that hay cart. So one kill happening here in favor of NIP, and this bomb site could get wiped out. And kind of the danger of letting the T side this up close. There's Rez with the opening, and Megaski can't continue this race. ZywOo's on his own, and backup is never going to get here. He's going to do this basically on his own, and he just might. That's a strong headshot to begin with. Still 40 seconds now. Backup is coming a bit closer, but Broland's the first one through the smoke, and they're going to be able to find ZywOo. But yeah, I mean, when you're that close to the bomb site, there's no... That defense can't really, like, it either works or you get wiped out.
Yeah.
28th round coming up. Oh, they still have a lot more money than I thought, even now, Vitality.
No, Vitality's done such a good job with their money throughout this half. It is super impressive, some of the decisions they've made. Standard stuff. Utility towards top banana. This time no one from NIP following it up too aggressively. Berlin just now making his move. 3 defenders here, including ZywOo's op.
Yeah, he's ready for it. Roland just back around the logs down there at the bottom of banana. Going to be very, very careful. ZywOo, now he's outside of the range of the scope. Molotov will certainly force him out, so at least they're going to know and put some more pressure on, but they managed to escape.
I'm interested in the fact that that Molotov is thrown towards tree, but ZywOo didn't have the information. He could have held that angle with the AWP and really shut down Brolin as he escaped. Still another chance here.
Got to be careful if you jump on that half wall, though. Again, it is ZywOo, so something that people sometimes do just by, you know, accident, but yeah, he's so ready if they want to come for it. They're already walking out in front, so he's under more threat than he realizes. If they turn the corner there, he's probably dead.
Oh, they're hearing these footsteps, though. He's been very loud in his reposition. They're going to know it. That smoke isn't going to hold them away. It's going to be the first one to turn the corner. That big shot is everything. He follows it up with 1. How much more can he do? A second kill is impressive from ZywOo.
Yes, unfortunately, Flashbang never spinks a little bit late, but still, you saw the idea of it. Will be planted. Nice nade on top of S-Tag. That'll put some real damage behind it. And it's a 4 versus 3 for the afterplant. But 2 of them are only just showing up for the Vitality side. So even if they have a little bit of a lead in this afterplant, it's not a surefire thing. They could still lose this round on the Vitality side. S-Tag getting a shot there, even flashed against Dupree. That's a beautiful start, and Spinks is sneaking around. Apex getting the 1, calling it in. You know, Spinks gets 1 more to make it a little bit of a chance. They're already on the defuse now. 3 seconds left, and Hampus, he can't find it. It's Pegasus instead to get the kill, and it will be Vitality to pick up the win. Huge start here for this newly minted team.